Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس Super Goal 1. Before I start, I would like to welcome my colleague, Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil, the interpreter to the sign language. Let's start our class today by reviewing the objectives, the things that we are planning to achieve at the end of this class. First, students will be able to identify super goal content. What does this book have? What are the contents of this book? Next, students will be able to name some rooms in the house. We will study the house. What are the rooms in the house? What do you call the rooms in the house? Also, students will be able to identify some objects in the room. What are there? What are the things that are available in these rooms? Also, students will be able to answer comprehension questions based on reading a short text. We're going to read two short texts, then we are going to answer some questions. We'll ask you some questions, and you will need to answer these questions based on your comprehension, your understanding to these passages. At the end of the class, also, you're going to be asked about 5 words. You will be given definitions, and you will need to recall them, to remember these words. Okay, before we start, let's introduce the book that you have started in the previous semester, that is Super Goal 1. What are the units that you are going to study in this semester? You're going to study 6 units. We will start with Unit 6 from Super Goal 1. That is there a view? That is the title of this unit. Also, you're going to study Where Do You Live? This is also the title of the next unit, which is unit number 7. Unit number 8 is under the title, What Are You Doing? After these 3 units, we are planning to stop to make a quick revision on these 3 units. That is called expansion units. We will make a revision on unit 5 to 8. Also from Super Goal 4 that we are going to take in the second part of this semester, we will start with, Super Goal 2. That is, we are going to take 3 units from this book. That is, What Do You Do? That's the title of the next unit. That is Unit 1. And we will consider it as Unit 9. Also, the next unit that you're going to study is under the title, What is School Like? Okay, this is the main theme of this unit. And the next unit, the last unit that you are going to study in this semester is under the title, What Time Do You Get Up? Okay. Before we start our class today, let me give you a general idea about the things that you are going to learn. Anybody who learns a language should consider to put in his mind the 4 main skills. What are these 4 main skills? When we talk about the language, we talk about 4 main skills. Let's write them down. The first one is, as you know, listening. Okay, listening is the first natural skill that you receive from the very beginning. So it is very important. If you improve your listening and if you listen a lot, that will help you and that will impact your ability in speaking. Okay, so a good listener will definitely become a good speaker. Also, there are other skills that are reading. The first one is reading. Okay, and you know that when you read very well, that will impact your ability to write. So reading and writing. So what are the 4 main skills that any English learner should put in mind and should study and should improve? These are the 4 main skills that are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. If you listen, you have to be smart in listening. You have to take care of 3 things. What should you take care of? Let's take another color so that we write the sub-skills, the other minor skills we call them. When you listen, you have to take care of vocabulary. Okay, vocabulary is very important generally in the language. Okay, also you have to take care of grammar. So when you listen to good listening, that will be in good grammar. Also, you have to take care of pronunciation. Pronunciation. That is how the words and how the sentences are said, how they are pronounced. Okay, so these 3 skills, if you take care of them, that will, as we said before, impact your speaking skill. So if you listen carefully, and if you listen very well, and if you keep on practicing listening, that will improve your vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Also, during reading, you will have the same two minor skills, vocabulary also and grammar. You can get vocabulary and grammar from your reading, but you have 3 more minor skills. What are these 3 more minor skills? The first one is spelling. If you read good text, that will impact your spelling. What else? You are going to also to have good punctuation. Okay, what do you mean by punctuation? When you write, you have to start with a capital letter, to end your sentence with a full stop, okay, if it is a sentence, and if it is a question, you end your sentence with a question mark or with exclamation mark if it is an exclamation sentence. Also, the last thing is you have to take care of your handwriting. If you are using your hand to write, you have to take care of your handwriting. And as we said before, these 4 skills, vocabulary, grammar, spelling, punctuation, and handwriting, if you take care of your reading, that will definitely impact your writing. Okay? So what do we advise you to do? We advise you all the time to practice. Practice, as we said before, practice makes perfect. So if you practice listening, you will improve your speaking. And also if you practice reading, you will improve your writing. And also there is something very important that you know, the relation between the 4 skills, there is an integration. That means when you study listening, for example, you will improve your reading and, when you study listening, when you listen a lot, that will improve your grammar and your vocabulary. That will impact the other 4 skills. It will impact and it will affect positively your speaking, your reading, and your writing. So to sum up with this slide, you have to practice all the time. Practice listening, and there are so many means now of practicing listening. You have lots of things to do. You have your mobile, and you can use it for listening to positive things, good things that will improve your ability later on, inshallah, to be a witty writer and to be also a good speaker. Okay? Let's move to the next slide. Okay, let me erase this one now, and we'll start a new slide. Okay, now if you want to learn the 4 skills that we told you, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, you have to know also a lot of things about your book that you are going to study this semester, inshallah. The first section, you know, the book also in all units follows a certain pattern. So each unit starts with listen and discuss section. That is section number 1. What are you going to have in this section? You're going to have the main theme. So the main theme is introduced in the listen and discussion section. Okay. So each unit starts with number 1, listen and discuss. After that, pair work. That is an activity you do with your colleagues or with a member of your family if you want to do that. Also, number 3 in all units is always grammar. Number 4 is listening. You listen to a text and you answer some comprehension questions. Also, pronunciation, how to say words. You listen to native speakers and you try to imitate this native speaker, and also you try to practice by listening to some rules of pronunciation. Number 5, there is a conversation. The difference between conversation and listening, the pronunciation, the listening section, you don't see a text. You just listen without reading. But in the conversation section here, you will see the text, you will read the text, and you will listen at the same time. So conversation is very useful if you keep on reading and listening at the same time. About you, also, this is another activity in this in each unit that will help you to practice this conversation, to make a role play, for example. Okay, so you will have different topics and different themes to practice, inshallah, in the following units. Reading also is a very important section in each unit, which is always comes as number 8, section number 8. You will read the text based on the main theme of each unit, and you will answer some comprehension questions. Also, as we said before, always number 9 is the writing section. This section is for training you to practice writing, okay? And it always follows reading. Why? Because as we said before, if you read very well, that will impact and that will affect positively your ability to write, and you will become, inshallah, a witty writer. Also, at the end of this unit, also before the last one, you're going to make a project. And usually, project is something that you do practical, or sometimes that you can do for writing. And the last section is form, meaning, and function. Okay, in this section here, you will learn how to build a sentence, how to make good sentences, structure in grammar, and based also on vocabulary. So you know that these 11 sections, each unit has these 11 sections. Okay, now let's go to the main unit that we are going to study today. That is Unit 6, is there a view? This is the title of this unit. Okay, what are we going to study here? There are some goals, particularly for this unit, like functions. You're going to talk about rooms in the house and objects in the room. Okay, we're going to identify the names of things in your house and in your room. Also, you're going to describe the location of objects, where they are, where they exist. Also, you're going to describe the houses, your house and other houses. In the grammar section, you'll learn how to use there is, there are, that we're going to study today, inshallah. Also, in the prepositions, that means the preposition like in front of, behind, on, under, how to use them in your speaking and in your writing. Also, in the grammar section, you're going to learn about conjunctions, how to join sentences, how to put two sentences together using the conjunctions like and, but, and, or. Also, in the listening section in this unit, you're going to listen for specific information to perform a task. In the pronunciation section, you will learn how to make the intonation. You know the intonation, the sound that goes down, okay, and sometimes goes up in answering question like yes, no question, intonation. In the reading section, you're going to read about strange houses, or we call them unusual houses. In the writing section, you are going to describe your home. You will write some sentences describing your home in a paragraph, and you will learn how to build a paragraph and how to make it. And today, inshallah, in our class, you will learn something about that. Also, in writing, you're going to make a poster about a dream house that is in the project section. And now, let's start our main class. You can see here, this is a room in your house. Can you think, or do you know what this room is? What is the room here? What is it? Is it? It is in your house, one of the most important rooms in your house. What do you think? Look at the things that are available, and you can tell what is the name of the room. Okay, excellent. That is a living room. We call this a living room. Now, try to identify what are the items that are available in this room. Look at the picture carefully and try to find out what are the things there. That is number one, that we call a shelf. What is a shelf? A shelf is the place that we use to put things like books. You can see here, this is a shelf. And here, you know, that is a TV. And here also we call it sofa, very good. And here we have also this one, we call it armchair. This is an armchair. This one is a sound system that we use to play things. Also, this is a DVD player that is also to play something, also to hear, to listen to. And in the other room here, this is another room in your house. Try to think of it and try to identify what this room is. Excellent, that is a bedroom. We call this a bedroom. It is very clear that the items available there indicate that this is a bedroom. What is there? What is in the bedroom here? We have a lamp, as you can see here. We have a laptop. We have a desk, as you can see here. We have a bed. We have a closet. We have a rug also. This is another important room also in the house. It is very clear that it is what? You can tell. Very easy. Yes, that is a kitchen and a dining room. Some people have a kitchen and a dining room at the same time. What are the items? Let's recognize what these items are. Curtains, cabinet, refrigerator, microwave, stove, dishwasher, sink, and table also, vase. And the last one here is a chair. This room also, a small room called the bathroom. What is there in the bathroom? We have a mirror, as you can see here. This one also is called a shower. And here is a bathtub, as you can see here. This is a toilet, okay? And here also this is another room, small room for laundry. We call it the laundry room, where you can wash your clothes. Here we have a washer, and here we have a dryer. This is a washer and this is a dryer. When you finish washing your clothes, you take them to another machine to make them dry. We call it a dryer. Okay, this is also, some houses have this one. We call it a garden and a yard. What is there in the garden? Usually the garden has trees and also has flowers. Okay, also this one is called a garage. Okay, this is a garage. What do we have in the garage? We have a car and we have also a motorcycle. Okay, now this is the text that we told you about a while ago, and we're going to read and listen at the same time. But it is very important to notice something here. The first sentence that starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop here is called the topic sentence. What do we mean by topic sentence? That is the introduction for the whole paragraph. So it gives a general idea to the reader so that the reader will feel it easy to understand and to expect what the writer is going to talk about, or what this paragraph is mainly about. Let's listen and find out something about this house.
Jim's house. Jim's house is nice and big. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs. Downstairs there is a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen. There is a pretty garden in front of the house. Behind the house there are trees.
Okay, this is Jim's house, and you can tell that it is a big house. It has an upstairs section and a downstairs section. Okay, there are flowers, there are trees. Okay, and as you can see here, also there is a kitchen, there is a pretty garden in front of the house, and there are some trees at the back side of the house. Let's find out more about another house, that another home actually. It's called an apartment. Okay, usually the apartment is smaller than the house. Okay, that is Umar's apartment. So notice here the first sentence we make it in the red font. Why? To learn that this sentence gives a general idea about the paragraph. We call it the topic sentence, the main sentence in this paragraph. Umar's apartment is small, but it is very nice and comfortable. This is the general idea. Now the writer is going to elaborate and is going to defend the idea or support the idea by telling us how it is small and how much it is small and how much it is nice and comfortable. Let's read and listen at the same time.
Umar's apartment. Umar's apartment is small, but it's very nice and comfortable. It has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. There's a comfortable living room, and there's a modern kitchen. There isn't a yard, but the apartment has a balcony with a beautiful view.
Okay, so the balcony, as you can see here, this is a balcony. Okay, these are balconies, as you can see here, and it has a very beautiful view. This gives us an idea about the title of this unit. The title of this unit is there a view? That means, is there something good to see through a balcony or through a window? That is called a view. Okay, also here in the quick check here, vocabulary, in the vocabulary section here, circle the things you have in your house. For sure, you have some of the things that we mentioned in the previous slides that you have, that are existing in your house. What are the things? You can name them. You can pause the video and go back and see what the things that are similar to the things that in your house. And here, exercise B, comprehension. Here, we will check for your understanding. Answer yes or no about the houses that we studied on page 48. The first one, there is a rug in the bedroom. Is that true or false? That's yes. And here also, there isn't a dishwasher in the kitchen. That is also no. You can say no. There is no dishwasher in the kitchen. There are trees in the yard. That's no also. And here there aren't any flowers in the dining room. No, the answer is no. There is a motorcycle in the garage. That is correct. Okay, now we could tell about the house, and you can learn about it. And we come by this to the end of our class today. Thank you for watching, and see you inshallah in our next episode. Goodbye.